Dear friend, today we are discuss about the length of an open belt drive. Firstly, I cleared the definition of belt. Basically, belt is a mechanical device which is transmit power from one shaft to another. The transmit power depend on some factor like the velocity of the belt and diameter of the belt, the central distance between the two belt, and area of contact of the belt. So now we are trying to see the what type of belt as. Firstly, that is open drive belt, and secondly cross belt drive or twist belt drive, and thirdly compound belt drive and more. But today we are discussing about the length of an open belt drive. Suppose you were engineer and you choosing a belt drive system. So some in this case you must be know the total length of the belt, because I share you some information, right. One pulley has diameter d1, another pulley has d2, and their central distance is x, and as engineer you must be calculated the total length of the belt drive system. So now I see you how to calculate the length of an open belt drive without any fluctuation value. So we are drawing a 3D picture of open belt drive. That is our driving shaft, and it is connected with electrical motor. EM means electrical motor, and it has a pulley. We consider another shaft, shaft 2, and here attached a pulley, and we are trying to connect it the two pulley with a open belt drive system, and that is our belt to connected this two pulley. And very interesting that it is our electrical motor, and the power is given here and the output power is transmit here. So this is our driving pulley, or simply written as driver, and this is called driven pulley, simply called as follower. We have give some information to you that the central distance between two pulley is x, and the diameter of the driving pulley or driver is let d1, and the diameter of the driven pulley let d2. This is our given value, and now I ask you that what about the length of total open belt drive system. That means if I start from here, go here and finish it, the total length is called the open length of an open belt drive, and now we calculate it. It is very easier calculation for us. It has suppose perpendicular line with shaft, also perpendicular line with shaft. To simplicity of calculation, we are taking only 2D picture of this system, and this is called front view, and we are seeing this 3D picture from here. Now here it is the 2D picture of belt drive system. Now we consider that R1 means the radius of driver, and similarly R2 means the radii of driven pulley, or simply called as follower, and here x is the central distance between two pulley. Now here we see another term, that is alpha. Alpha is the small angle produced with, suppose take this term as M, OM and OA. Since this angle is very small, so we can say that this angle is equal to this angle, and this, since the angle is very small, so we can again consider that this angle equal to this angle and this angle equal to this angle. That means 4 angle is equal to alpha. Now we calculate total length of an open bell drive system, that is L. If we start from A, then the length is A, B, C, which is arc of a circle. So we can that length equal to L equal to arc length ABC plus C to D, which is a straight line, and again arc DEF of second circle, and finally FA, which is represent a straight line. Okay, that is our main equation, and we find out the value arc ABC, length CD, arc DF and straight line length FA, and putting this value in equation 1, then we get total length of the belt. So we are trying to find the arc length ABC. It is very clear that if it is a circle and this length, suppose its radius r and the angle theta, then A, suppose it is denoted A and it denoted C, then ABC may be written as r theta, where theta is in radian. So from this concept we can write that arc ABC equal to radius r1 into the angle. The angle is alpha plus alpha, that means 2 alpha plus pi. That means the angle is pi plus 2 alpha, and that is the arc length of ABC. And similarly, if we try to find arc length of DF, in similar way its radius is r2 and the total angle is pi, and it is alpha and it is alpha, that means FOD, its angle of pi minus 2 alpha. That is our 2 arc length, and we are now trying to find out FA and CD. It is very interesting that when we had set up this belt system initially, then CD is must be equal to F. So we can write that plus 2AF, since initially the 2 length is equal. So we can write AF equal to CD, that means 2AF. So it is our now final equation. We are determining R1 is given, but alpha is unknown, R2 is given, and F is still unknown. So now our work is to find out F. Since F is the tangent of circle O prime, then we can say that the tangent AF is perpendicular to radius OF. Now we are draw a parallel line parallel to F, that is O prime, and termed as new point called N. So O prime N is parallel to AF. Since two line is parallel, that means their distance is almost equal. So it is R2 means it is also R2, and total length equal to R1. So this is the R1 minus R2. So if we specify this region, this angle is 90 degree, but we have still unknown what amount of this angle. It is very simple that this angle is alpha and this is equal to 90 degree because this is 90 degree. So we can say that total angle is alpha and total angle is 90 degree and it is alpha. That means this angle is 90 minus alpha. If this angle is 90 minus alpha and this angle is 90, so we can easily say that this angle is alpha. So now we are clear about that this is alpha angle and this is the distance O n, and it is equal to R1 minus R2, and O prime is equal to x. Now we are trying to find out AF. Since two line is parallel and equal, so we can write that AF equal to N O prime. Since N O prime O is a right angle triangle, so we can write from Pythagoras principle root over x square minus R1 minus R2 square. Here if we common the value x, then we can write 1 minus R1 minus R2 square by x square, and now 1 minus R1 minus R2 by x square. This is our final value of AF. But if we expand this series by binomial theorem, then we got that it is the binomial expansion of this series, and we see that R1 minus R2 is very small distance as compared to x. So if we divided R1 minus R2 by x, then the value is small, and if we squaring the value, that is also small, but if we double squaring this value, then it is almost negligible. So we are neglect higher order term after square. So this is equal to almost 0. So now our AF length AF equal to x 1 minus 1 by 2 R1 minus R2 square by x square. This is our final length of AF. So in the given question there have the value of R1, R2 and x, but alpha is still unknown. So we are trying to find in the similar way the value of alpha. If we see the triangle, right angle triangle N O prime O, then we can write that
sin alpha
equals to R1 minus R2 by x. Since I say in initial that alpha is very small, so we can say that if alpha is very small, then sin alpha equal to alpha, where alpha is in radian and here alpha is in degree. So we can write that alpha r1 minus r2 by x. I again say here alpha is radian, here alpha is degree, and this value is very small, so sin alpha degree equal to alpha radian. So it is our equation of alpha. Now we are putting the value of AF and alpha in equation 1. Then we get R1 pi plus 2 alpha plus R2 pi minus 2 alpha plus 2 AF, where AF equal to x into 1 minus 1 by 2 r1 minus r2 by x square. This is our final equation. Just we simplified that equation. Now we get here pi r1 plus r2 plus 2 alpha r1 minus r2. This term and this term is equal to its, and this term and this term equal to 2 alpha into r1 minus r2. And if we multiplying this term into x, we can write 2x minus r1 minus r2 square by x. And now we are putting the value of alpha here, pi r1 plus r2 plus 2 alpha. Here alpha is r1 minus r2 by x into r1 minus r2 plus 2x minus r1 minus r2 square by x. Just simplifying this equation, we got the final result, pi r1 plus r2 plus 2x plus 2 r1 minus r2 square by x minus r1 minus r2 square by x. So pi r1 plus r2 plus 2x plus r1 minus r2 x. This is our final result of length of an open bell drive system. But in practically the dimension of pulley is expressed as diameter, so we can put the value r with respect to d. So we can write that pi d1 plus d2 by 2 plus 2x plus d1 minus d2 square by 4x, since r equal to d by 2. This is our final practical result of length of an open bell drive system. Hope you were understood all. Thank you for watching this.